So I was in my late 20s when I made this huge manifestation mistake that I see a lot of people making early on in their journey. And it was a valuable lesson. I want to share it with you. Many of you have something you're trying to manifest and you want to be. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be a spiritual teacher. You want to be this or that. And you're watching a lot of YouTube videos on it and you're trying to bring it into your life. You want to be a digital nomad, whatever it is. At that time in my late 20s, I wanted nothing more than to be a missionary. I thought it was giving your life for a very great purpose. I thought it was kind of exciting, traveling to other countries, doing dangerous things. I didn't want to just be a missionary anywhere. I wanted to go to some really dangerous places and do some 007 James Bond type of missionary stuff. I read all the books, watched all the documentaries and films I could find. I was just obsessed with it, and I was praying for it. I was begging God. I was asking the universe, please, create an opportunity for me to be a missionary. And at the time, I was actually running a cell phone store, and I worked a lot of hours by myself. It was a very small local store in my city. And that's what I did. That was my heart's desire to see that thing come to fruition and manifest in my life. And out of the blue one day, one of my pastors called me and said, would you like an opportunity to go to South America for a week of training with this missionary that came through our church who I respected and looked up to and greatly admired? And I freaked out. And the pastor said, everything is paid for if you'll just go. And I said, yeah, let me check with my work. So I called the owners of the company that I work for. They also went to my church and they were like, yeah, man, we got it covered. We know how bad you want this. Go ahead, go and do it. And so I called my pastor back and I said, I'm in. They said I could get off work. It was only like a week away. And I was so excited. And the pastor asked me, you have a passport, right? And I said, no, I don't have a passport. And the pastor said, well, you know what? I think they have an expediting service. You should be able to get it back before a week is up. We'll pay the money. It doesn't matter. We really want you to go. Call and see if you can get it expedited. So I had hope again after being crushed, and I called and I found out that it was going to take at least a couple weeks. There was no way I was going to make it to this training in South America because I didn't have a passport. And I was crushed. I couldn't believe it. The thing that I had prayed and begged God for to happen finally was not only happening, but was with somebody I greatly admired and on somebody else's dime. Somebody was paying for me to go be with somebody I admired on the mission field to get some of the best training in the world. And it got taken away from me. And I hung that phone up and I remember shaking my fist at the sky and saying, what kind of God would tease me with something like that? Why would you tease me with that? I don't understand why you would dangle that in front of my face and take it away. And I immediately heard a voice inside of me. And it said, you never believed I was going to give it to you, or you would have had a passport ready. And I'll never forget that lesson. There's a scripture that says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I wasn't moving into the realm of evidence. You have to believe to receive. We're not talking about going around saying, I want to be this, I wish I was this, and fantasizing about it. But when you proclaim something that you're going to manifest, you pray it into existence, you proclaim it into existence, you speak life into that thing, you have to believe that it is true. It just hasn't manifested yet. But because it is true and you know it's true in your heart of hearts, you already begin the process of preparation. It's only a matter of time before it shows up into your life. So you go ahead and start learning that other language. You go ahead and start getting that passport ready. You go ahead and do this and that if you get my drift. So you have to ask yourself, when you are pursuing something with your full heart and you want to manifest it and you want to pray it in, you want to speak it in and proclaim it into existence, are you taking the necessary steps to prepare to receive it? If not, it's wishful thinking. It's fantasizing. You are not manifesting.